Porifera. Sorry, what are five kingdoms? You know, first one, Monera. Second one, Protista. Third one, fungi. Next one, plantae. Next one, animalia. These are five kingdoms. Now we are discussing about the fifth kingdom, that is animalia. Animalia kingdom has different types of phyla. Invertebrate, vertebrate. In invertebrates, there are different phyla according to Whittaker. What are those? Already discussed. Porifera, Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Nematohelminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Protochordata. Then after vertebrates, another important phylum, vertebrate phylum is Chordata. What? Chordata. It has different subphyla. Okay, like Hemichordata. Okay, like this different ones. Cephalochordata, Urochordata, vertebrate. Like this there are ones. These are subphyla. Vertebrata. This is a subphylum. This subphylum has different classes. What are those? Already we have discussed about them. First one, Pisces. What? Pisces. You know very well that already we discussed about the Pisces or fishes. Fishes are fishes. There are different types of characteristic features about fishes. Already we have discussed. Now, second class of the subphylum Vertebrata. Okay, what is that? Amphibia. What? Amphibia. This is invertebrate. Sorry, here vertebrate one. Whittaker grouped the all vertebrates. Different types of vertebrates are vertebrata organism in amphibia. What are important characteristic features of amphibians? What are these vertebrata organisms which were grouped in amphibia are called vertebrates. Are called vertebrates. You know, examples, best examples are frog. Different types of frog. You know, there are number of species in frog. Salamander, etc. Okay. Next, what are characteristic features of this amphibian? What are the characteristic features of amphibian? Vertebrate organisms which are grouped in amphibians, they are called amphibians. What are characteristic features? What are the characteristic features of amphibian? There are different types of characteristic features. For example, adult amphibians have limbs. Adult amphibians have limbs, hind limbs, forelimbs, okay. You know, what is the use of these limbs? They help in locomotion. They help in locomotion. Okay. They help in locomotion. Next, respiratory organs are respiratory organs are actually gills, gills in larva, lungs and skin. These are in adult. Lungs and skin. These are in adult. These are the respiratory organs. Respiratory organs. Larva, they absorb or they take the oxygen or dissolved oxygen from water. That larva is called actually tadpole larva. Tadpole larva take oxygen from water. They take oxygen from water. What? From the water. Dissolved oxygen. This is here dissolved oxygen from the water. It's important, remember. Okay, next. Next, heart have very important three chambers. How many chambers? Three chambers. Heart has three chambers. Actually, fishes have two chambered heart, but amphibians have the three chambered heart. Very important, remember. Okay, next, these are the first animals. These are the first animals that live both on land and in water. These are the first animals. These are the first vertebrates. These are the first vertebrates that live both on land and in water. And in water. That is why these are called amphibians. Amphibians. For example, take frog. Take frog. They can live in water as well as on land. Okay, this is a characteristic feature of amphibians. Okay, fishes, they are completely aquatic ones. They live only in water. Okay, they can't live on land. But amphibians can live both in water and on land. Okay, it's also very important characteristic feature of the amphibia. Next. Next. These are cold-blooded animals. These are cold-blooded animals. Okay, you know, Poikilodrum. What? Poikilodrum. Cold-blooded animals. What are cold-blooded animals? What are cold-blooded animals? They change their body temperature according to environment or temperature of the environment. Animals which change their body temperature change their body temperature based on temperature of environment. Okay, observe one. Okay, observe amphibia. The class amphibia usually vertebrata organisms were grouped in this class amphibia. These vertebrata organisms which were grouped in amphibia are called amphibians. Are called amphibians. Examples: frogs. Best example, frogs. Next, salamander, etc. Next, they have limbs, hind limbs and forelimbs. Hind limbs and forelimbs. What is the use of limbs? They help in locomotion of organism. They help in locomotion of organism. Here, respiratory organs are. What are the respiratory organs in amphibians? What are actually in larva condition or in larva stage? Gills are the respiratory organs. They take the oxygen or dissolved oxygen from water. Okay. In adult stage or in adult amphibians, lung, skin, and another one, buccoparing. Buccoparing. These are the respiratory organs. They take the direct oxygen from the air, not water. Oxygen from the air. Okay. Next, heart has 3 chambers. How many chambers? 3-chambered heart is present. Actually, in fishes, 2 chambers are present. But here, how many chambers? 3 chambers are present. Next, these are the first vertebrates that live both on land and in water. That live both on land and in water. That is why these are called amphibians. Amphibians of animal kingdom. Amphibians of animal kingdom. Next, these are cold-blooded animals. These are cold-blooded animals. Poikilodon. What? Poikilodon are cold-blooded animals. What are cold-blooded animals? Already we discussed. Animals which change their body temperature based on the temperature of environment or atmosphere. Those animals are called cold-blooded animals. Those animals are called cold-blooded animals or poikilodon or poikilodon. Okay. Yes. Observe once again for a minute. Next, they showed some important phenomena. What are they? Estivation, and another one is hibernation. What are these two? Under unfavorable conditions, actually during the summer season, high temperature is present during the summer season. During the summer season, high temperature is present. To escape from this high temperature, to escape from the high temperature, amphibians or frogs, they perform very important phenomenon. Okay, they go into the actually summer sleep. Summer sleep. This summer sleep is called estivation. What? Estivation. Next, another one. Hibernation. Hibernation means, what is hibernation? This is actually winter sleep. You know, during the winter season, actually very cool condition. There are very cool conditions during the winter season. To escape from the cool conditions, to escape from the cool conditions, actually amphibians, they show another important phenomenon, that is the hibernation or winter sleep. Hibernation or winter sleep. Are understanding? Observe carefully. What? Hibernation or winter sleep. Remember. Next. During the summer sleep, and winter sleep. During the summer sleep and winter sleep, metabolic activities or amphibians minimize or reduce their metabolic activity. Amphibians what? Amphibians reduce or decrease their body metabolic activity. Body metabolic activity. They do not take the and they do not take the food material. Okay. During this season or during this phenomenon, their body size is also decreased. Body size is also decreased. Okay. Are understanding? Observe carefully. During the estivation or summer sleep or winter sleep, amphibians reduce their body metabolic activity. They do not take the food material. Body size also decrease. They do not come from one place to another place. They do not move from one place to another place, and remain at a place only. Okay. Next, other characteristic features are skin is skin is actually slimy. skin is actually slimy skin and smooth. Slimy and smooth. There are no any scales. There are no any scales on the skin. Okay, there are no any scales like fishes on the skin. Skin is smooth and slimy. Always skin is wet in condition. Always skin is wet in condition. Why? Why means to take the oxygen from the atmosphere. To take the oxygen from the atmosphere. If skin becomes dry, then immediately there is a chance to die. Understanding? If skin becomes dry, then frogs or amphibians, they can be died. They can be died. Okay, that is why always skin is wet in condition. Okay, next. These are oviparous animals. These are oviparous animals. These are oviparous animals. Are you understanding what? Oviparous animals means they lay eggs. They lay eggs in water or on water surface. Animals which lay eggs, they are called oviparous animals. They are called oviparous animals. Okay. Next year, fertilization is external fertilization. External fertilization occurs in amphibians. Actually, external fertilization is in water. Where? In water. Okay. Where? In water. Next, another characteristic feature is they show the metamorphosis. They show the metamorphosis. Remember, they show metamorphosis process. Larva, from larva, adult condition. Like this, metamorphosis process is shown by amphibians. Okay. Next, already I told you different characteristic features. Summer sleep, winter sleep, estivation, hibernation. These type of phenomena are shown by amphibians to escape from the adverse conditions like high temperature, very cool conditions or cold conditions. Like this, to escape from these type of adverse conditions, amphibians, especially frogs, show the estivation and hibernation phenomenon. Okay, it's a very important phenomenon in nature. Next, during the summer sleep, winter sleep, they show different types of characteristic features. For example, they reduce their body metabolic activity, different types of metabolic activity, respiration, digestion, protein synthesis, nitrogen metabolism, excretion process, all metabolic activity. Okay, yes. They do not take the food material. They do not take the food material. Body size is also decreased. Next, they do not move from one place to another place and remain at a place only. This is about the amphibian. This is about amphibian. Okay. Yeah.